So I'm at BSWANKY, a concept store and factory. I'm gonna go inside and talk to Gretchen because she makes these amazing handbags for women. So let's go. Ah, there she is.
Welcome.
How you doing there, young lady?
So good to see you.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank
How's
you.
everything?
Everything's wonderful.
Wow, look at this. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Now, what is that made of?
We use several materials. We use embossed leather.
Okay.
We use python. And we use incredible nickel hardware, highest quality.
Okay.
And cowhide.
And cowhide, okay. So tell us a little bit about the whole concept behind BSWANKY.
The concept behind BSWANKY is we were founded when I found out that women in San Antonio were in a bad situation. They were in a sweatshop. And it came to my attention and I said, I've got to do something about this. So I flew out to San Antonio, partnered with these women, built a home-based factory, machinery, poured concrete, everything, and started making handbags. And then when it became challenging with the distance, we decided to open a factory here in Sarasota.
Now, were you basically doing the same type of handbags?
We were doing just one design at that time. Okay. It's our Sophie bag right here, which goes from handbag effortlessly right into a backpack. And so, like the women they are designed for, they transform as well.
Wow.
And so that's one of the best features of all the BSWANKY bags is that they are transformable.
Wow, so they're just like kind of multifunctional.
Multifunction. I have sold 2 of these in TSA lines alone because women have watched me transform them. So right there, transforms right into a backpack.
Man, that is so sleek.
Thank you. And you know, I never wore a backpack until we created this bag because it wasn't swanky enough.
So let me ask you, what was the inspiration behind the design, and the colors and patterns and everything?
The inspiration behind this design was the idea that it has to be fashionable and functional. And so again, beauty, I lead with form, but then I know that we also need function. So it came where we did it where you can open it up and then you can also close it up and again that it transforms. But it was actually designed with myself and a gentleman in Orlando, and he had seen a piece of canvas with leather surrounding it when he was visiting Spain with 2 leather cross straps, and there were men selling pirated DVDs. The authorities came and the man scooped up the 2 straps and it turned into a trapezoid and he ran off. So it's kind of like a thief bag.
Oh, wow, that is incredible. Well, I know that, so you said it opens up.
Opens up.
Does it have like a number of compartments in it?
There are pockets, zipper pocket, pen holder, keychain holder that I love right here for function. And then this design is extremely special.
Okay.
It was designed by our factory manager. She was actually coming in without me knowing, and I caught her. I said, what are you doing here? And I said, you need to be on the clock when you're working here. And she said, I'm designing. I said, well, we're gonna pay you to design.
Oh, wow.
So this is the bag she came out with, and it's a bucket bag. And it goes from handbag to backpack to crossbody bag. And we named it after her. It's the Magnavelle bag. And then she was compensated for it, and she got to do the photo shoot modeling.
Modeling her own bag.
4 weeks ago, yes. And she said she's not going back to the factory. She wants to be a model. But she designed this, and this one in particular has python on it. And do you know about our python partnership?
No, tell us about it.
We have a partnership directly with the pythons here in the Everglades, where we buy our pythons directly from them.
That's amazing.
And what's so exciting is they come and they're all different colors and patterns because there were 10 plus different species of pythons introduced into the Everglades. So you never know what color or pattern you're getting, which we see as a benefit. Major fashion companies, all that I know of, they farm raise their pythons in Indonesia so they can guarantee the consistency of color and pattern. So they're doing that. We're choosing to be the difference, which is our tagline. Purchase directly from them. It costs more and it's more challenging, but then we get, each one is a piece of art.
Wow.
And we love it. Each time we get the snake skins, oh my gosh, look at them.
And you're being very, very environmentally conscious, which I appreciate.
Yeah, it's an invasive species, and they estimate there are hundreds of thousands, and they are killing all the birds and the bunnies, and so we need to get them out of the Everglades and make more persons.
Now, can we take a look at the factory?
We can. So this is BSWANKY's factory, and we employ 4 women. They all just happen to be immigrants, and so there's an interesting language barrier here. that every day poses challenges, but we embrace it.
Okay.
And we figure it out.
Now, are they immigrants from different countries, or are they all
Different
from the same place?
Different countries.
Wow.
We have Ecuador, we have Venezuela, 2 women from Venezuela and 1 from Russia.
Wow.
So if you look at our signage in the factory, it's in several different languages. Every day, what gets me out of bed is these women. I've never walked a day in their shoes, and they deserve an incredible culture because they are craftspeople. They are meticulous, they are artisans, and we have taken them from situations that were not good. Wow. And they came to us. And so every day I say to the team, we have to open up every day, because if this closes, our lives don't change very much, but theirs do.
What does it take to sort of like develop these bags? You know, how long does it take to make them or anything like that? I mean, putting it together, I mean, I see you have sewing machines, so you have seamstress here doing this
They
work.
do everything. They do everything. We have a giant leather clicker here. I learned that it's called a clicker.
Okay.
2 tons of pressure, and it cuts out giant cookie cutter, metal cookie cutters, basically cuts out the components of the handbag.
Okay.
So it makes it easier. We were hand cutting at the beginning when I started with San Antonio, which they were happy to do. But now we're doing the giant die cuts, which makes the process quicker and easier. And then we cut straps. So right over here, we've got a strap cutter. And then we've got a skiver, which thins the leather. And then we have a leather painter, an edge painter, which takes us to the level of like a Louis Vuitton, where we're painting the edges and burnishing them, so the straps are all painted that way. But every woman, we have them multitask. And so they can cross-train and they can do every process, because then it's more exciting too, because they're not doing the same mundane task all day long.
So tell us a little bit about the company culture and what makes you different than any other factory.
First of all, we listen, and we have created an atmosphere where there's joy in their day. There's music, there's food, there's beautiful artwork that we had created for them to look at. We have comfortable chairs. We have flexible work schedules. So we have some women that don't work on Fridays, some come in later. This is a family, so they've created a sisterhood. And there's laughter, there's singing, there's dancing every day. And even though they don't speak the same language, they share photos on their phone, they hug, there are tears in the building, and I feel just blessed to have them here, because I work for them. It's a gift to have them here because they are so talented.
Wow. And why was it important for you to establish that as a company culture?
Because I think that everyone deserves to go to a place of work where it's fun. And why can't we do that? And my daughter says, Mom, of course you love everyone you work with because you got to pick them. I said, you're right.
Now let me ask you, like, what's your background? I mean, you didn't start out, making handbags, so where
My
did you come from?
background is interior design. I did it for 25 years in Philadelphia, and I loved it. And I came down here to do it, but it wasn't the same. I used to create spaces that elevated women by making their homes a reflection of them. Because, I'm sorry to say this, but a man will forever be a guest in his own home, is a quote from my favorite interior designer, Elsie DeWolf. And so here, when I came, it's more of an outdoor lifestyle. So I didn't have that opportunity, and I was doing it more for money. So I read the book, Start With Why by Simon Sinek.
Okay.
And I realized I'd lost my why I design.
Great book.
It changed my life. And so now my why is to make a difference and to change the way the U.S. manufactures, because it's come to my attention as well. Not only did I visit several factories and see conditions that I was horrified by, I've also become aware that 90% of U.S. factories are categorized as sweatshops based on their violations. So people don't know that when they're buying in the U.S., check it out. Just buying in the U.S. is not enough. It has to be made properly, responsibly.
Wow.
And we call it made happily in the U.S.
So now, does that fall along the lines of, like, say, sweatshops or whatever?
Yeah, they're considered sweatshops.
Right here in the United States?
Right here in the United States. And the garment factories are 90% women who work in them. So people aren't aware of this. And they work less than minimum wage. Our seamstresses are the highest paid people in the building right now.
One bag that caught my eye was this one. I mean, it stands out amongst all the others.
It's unreal, isn't it? It's called Unreal Pink.
Unreal Pink.
This is our brand partnership with National Breast Cancer Foundation, which we're only one of 2 co-brands with them, and it's an organization in Frisco, Texas that has a 5-star rating. They are unbelievable what they do, how they support women that are going through the disease, and with mammograms, free services, and we feel so lucky that each bag that we sell, we give back 10% to National Breast Cancer Foundation, 20% in October, and it's amazing. I mean, we have, when women buy this bag, that when they're survivors of breast cancer, we see tears, and it's kind of like a badge of honor they get to wear is our Unreal Pink line.
Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, we all have someone or in some way sort of connected to cancer, and in a lot of times not so fortunate way. And I just think that's amazing that you all are bringing some awareness to it and trying to do your part.
Thank you. Can I share one thing about this bag?
Yeah, please.
One of our members in the UK was wearing it as a backpack. Someone loved the bag so much that they did a wire transfer right there and bought the bag off her back for 200 pounds because she had to have the Unreal Pink bag. Isn't that something?
That's incredible. That's amazing. What do you want women to walk away with? What's the impact that you want BSWANKY to have, on women when they come in here or buy bags off of someone's back?
What I'd like the takeaway to be, and it often is that they are just not buying a purse. They're buying the purpose behind the purse. And as I keep stating, we're about being the difference, and that's our tagline. And we are actually challenging our customers to go out there and be the difference wearing our product and know that you have a choice. When you go to buy a product, you can buy any product or you can buy one where it's properly, happily, responsibly made. And then when you're out there, as we're trying to do being the difference, go ahead and be the difference.
I heard you just say, it's a blessing. Well, the blessing is all ours, all of ours. I mean, the work that you're doing here, and it's amazing. And more people need to be like you and be swanky. We all need to be swanky. Yes,
It's a state of being, being swanky.
This is true. I want to thank Gretchen so very much for being you.
Thank you. Thank you for allowing us to share our mission.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're blessed. Let's be swanky. Let's all be swanky.